Hello, friends and families and loved ones. I welcome you all to my segment. I guess we all had a good time in our outing earlier today, or different outings. If that's the case, let's glorify the Almighty God. In fact, we are more than lucky. We are blessed. Now, let's talk about this. You left home since morning, you know, getting engaged to one activity or the other just to make sure you put food on your table at the end of the day. That's stress. By the time you get home, you're so tired, you're fagged out, you're almost out because you're down. All right, then you hardly find time for yourself, but you make all the money. Yes, you're stressed. That's just it. If you make all the money in the whole world and you don't find time to enjoy that money, you're being stressed up. If that employer of yours has offered you a job that lands you 6 zeros every month, that's interesting. But what time do you have to enjoy the money? What time do you have to enjoy the money? You walk your ass out. Then by the time you get home, you're totally fact that you wouldn't even have 1 minute after you must have had your bath to go out and enjoy what the atmosphere has got there. Nature. Yeah. You wouldn't find time to embrace nature because the time you should have had for the nature, you had spent it working for someone who takes all the glory. At the end of the day, you're left with nothing. Yes, if you have money, you don't have time to enjoy that money. The money is totally rubbish. It's totally useless. People resign from so many jobs they engage themselves in, not because they have found alternatives. It's simply because they are stressed. Their job does not give them time to attend to themselves, their personal needs, to enjoy the money they make from the job. You might be saying this person is stupid. You wouldn't know because you do not know what a person was going through earlier before he or she decided to quit that job. Because it's only he who wears the shoes that knows where it pinches him. So you never wore the shoe, you wouldn't know where they pinch. So when people tell you they are stressed in what they do, yeah, the office at which they work usually gives them a lot of stress, but pays them very well. You now begin to dance around your lucky. When you die, that job continues. Your employer will not close his or her business because you are no longer there. Okay? You are no longer there doesn't mean the business will be closed. The business should be closed. The business shouldn't be run. If you are the best hand, when you're no longer there, they are going to get someone because nobody's indispensable. Once you're gone, they are going to get somebody who will be as good as you are. Perhaps the person will be better than you were. So this is one of the things we should be careful about. Things that make us go through stress, we should avoid them. Activities that drain us out. At the end of the day, we are left with no time to take care of ourselves. Such activity or activities should be discarded. They should be dropped for good. That's just the truth. Forget about how much you make from a particular activity or activities. If you don't do such a job, you could still do some other job that will pay you less, but gives you enough time. Jobs that will pay you less, but will give you enough time for yourself. You really have to have time for yourself. You don't see someone who works from morning till night, probably the person resumes around 8 o'clock and closes by 7. So tell me, and you know all the traffic, or by the time you struggle to get home, perhaps you spent about 3 hours, 10 o'clock, or even longer, maybe 11 o'clock. So Where will you go and enjoy part of the money you've made? Every business at that time has closed for the day. People hear you working on oil firm, you make millions. You know, perhaps your salary runs in zeros per month. Good. What time do you have to enjoy the C zeros, part of it, for yourself? No time. Or do you want to work and let other people enjoy your money? Is that what you want? You let other people enjoy your money while you don't enjoy a part of it. That's not good. For the fact that I encourage people to give doesn't mean you should give at your own detriment. When you make money and give all the money you've made to people because you can't find time to enjoy it, then you aren't doing anything. So you should be cautious and cautious of the kind of job you do, the kind of activities you engage yourself in. Make sure that such jobs or such activities do not drain you out. If you're drained out, you're gone. So anything that does not make you, remember in the other episode, as I said, anything that does not make you happy is stress, and it should be jettisoned. You should do away with it. Your life matters most. Remember, you've got just one life to live. No matter what anybody tells you, just one life to live. That's what you've got. So you cannot die and rise again. Your life cannot cut short and you start living it all over again. Okay? So that is very important for us to note. Nobody will promise you another life when the one you've got is gone. So, just as I said in the other episode, I said your life is exclusively yours. You are not answerable to anybody. Your happiness is attached to your life. When you're comfortable, like I said in the other episode, you don't have to be comfortable only when you've got everything in the world. But if you've got the main things that give somebody happiness, you have no right to be unhappy. You have to be happy. You have to enjoy that happiness to the fullest. You really have to find time to enjoy that life to the fullest. When you enjoy that life to the fullest, it means you're happy. That's the only thing you're going to achieve from enjoying your life. All you have to do is to be responsibly enjoying your life. Whatever you take, whatever you eat, it has to be responsibly done. Irrespective of what happens, your life is very important. Nobody owns it. You are not responsible to anybody for the way you live your life. That is why you will have to nurse this life for you to be happy at all times. Leave that job that gives you a lot of stress, that job that doesn't let you find time to enjoy what it gives you. Forget about the C zeros, forget about the 9 zeros. When you're dead and gone, someone else enjoys it. So you can't get up from the grave to the parts of the money, and nobody will put you in there 6 feet with the money you've made. The money is gone once you're gone. It's gone as to you, not that it's gone to some other persons. If your money is in the bank, that's the only time people may not have access to it, because it's not usually easy to get the money you lodged in the bank during your lifetime. Even if you have, if you're married and your spouse or your hubby, you met him or her, someone that will take charge of your wealth when you're not there, somebody that will have access to your money, that they probably called or known as next of kin. When you're not there, for him or her to get the money, it's not usually easy. Even if all the documents are available to prove that you once shared something together as man and wife through your lifetime. Getting the money out from that bank is not easy. Quote me. So, what stops you from enjoying a large chunk of that money yourself? You give people you enjoy. You find time to socialize. You find time to, embrace nature. You find time to have a good taste of nature. Understand? What you actually need is freedom. Freedom from stress. Yes, freedom from stress. When you're absolutely free from stress, then your happiness is complete. It's not just your children that make you happy. It's not just your wife that makes you happy. It's not just your husband that makes you happy. When you have total freedom, absolute freedom, uninterrupted freedom, then happiness is what must follow. And if happiness follows, you live longer. You live longer when you have less worries. Worries are equal to stress. Be aware of that. Don't be stressed up by the work you do. If you're too stressed by the work you do, irrespective of the money, the volume of pay you get from it, please leave that job, because you have just one life to live. And when you live in that life, you really have to be happy. You have to avoid stress that will make you feel so low spiritually. You have to be mentally sound at all times. Don't use your hand to drag yourself down 6 feet. So avoid stress and live long. When you are stressful, when the activities you do are stressful, when you're stressed yourself, you don't achieve that happiness you earn to. So the best thing for you to do is, when you have made money, if you're being stressed over a particular job, all you have to do is to get the money, then start something on your own where you have full control of the time you attend to that particular activity. That's all you need. Otherwise, people who never knew or were never there when you made the money will enjoy it when you're gone, unless you stock the money, in one bank or the other. That's all. So your happiness matters most. Live your life and be happy at all time, so that there will be less worries, there will be less stress in your life. Then you won't have a case of your BP rising, so you won't have a need to go to that hospital for medical treatment. That's all for now, folks. Catch you some other time. Bye-bye.